Station YouTube. I hope everyone is doing well, both physically as well as mentally. All right, this week we have a Super Friends haul. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember, I drop new content every Saturday. So this one is going to be a really short half-price books haul, and then we're going to do my last eBay purchase for 2023 and maybe even 2024 because I'm not planning to buy anything more off of eBay this year. All right, so we got Silver Surfer number 34. Call him Thanos, call him Death. So I picked this up at Half Price Books. I forgot what I paid for it. But it was under $25. And we got Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 2. All right, so that's the Half Price Books haul. That's pretty much what you're going to see from me in 2024. I'm really going to try to limit my purchases to books that I need to fill in runs, to books that really have a good place in my collection. One of the things that I wanted to accomplish in 2023 was reduce the size of my collection. I did get rid of a lot of books, but then I brought a lot of books in. So pretty much as books were leaving, new books were coming in and taking their place. I think my collection actually increased in 2023. It didn't decrease. All right, so here is a Super Friends haul. I bought a bunch of books from one seller. I'll go more into my thoughts on the seller. Nothing bad. This is basically one of the ways you could put a haul together. One of the smartest things to do is like my man Chaos did. He just went ahead and got an omnibus rather than, try to put all the single issues together. I don't blame him for that one bit. And the crazy thing is I own the Super Friends omnibus. Okay, so we got Super Friends number 17 with Aquaman. This is going to be an Aquaman-centric issue. We got Superman in a big tidal wave. And then we got Super Friends number 18. We have No Use in Struggling Superman, You Can't Escape the Fate I have in store for all of you. It looks like he has some type of rainbow or color flashlight. The Time Trappers is the deadliest trap, and it has just been sprung to catch the Super Friends. Then we got Super Beast Trained to Steal, a startlingly new challenge for the Super Friends in issue number 19. We got Superman and his clone versus Wonder Woman and her clone, and the Wonder Twins are watching in Super Friends number 21. We got one of my favorite villains, Kronos. I'm not sure if this is his first appearance or not. We got Kronos. He was a big-time Blue Beetle villain. In Super Friends number 22, will the sinister schemes of Kronos, the Time Thief, tick off the final seconds for the Super Friends? All right, and then we got the Wonder Twins versus the Super Friends. And man, just look at Zan and Jaina, man. They're kind of happy that the Super Friends are gonna bite it. And then we got Super Friends number 25, Hero Against Hero, with the world as the prize. So we got like one of the Super Twins. We got Zan versus Robin and Aquaman versus Batman. And of course, man, what's up with Superman and Wonder Woman? They're always going at it. All right, and then we challenge you to identify the heroes and villains in the maddest masquerade ever, the Super Friends. No, that's not Batman, and he's straight up kicking like this other dude in a mask. Interesting. And then we got Super Friends number 27, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman, Robin, with Zan and Jaina, the Wonder Twins, versus the spaceman who stole Atlantis, and Aquaman's like tripping. Like, man, you stole my whole city. And then we got the hair-raising Halloween chiller. The Super Friends battle 5 fearsome foes and their mysterious master. So we got a preview for Justice League Dark. So we got the Super Friends versus Justice League Dark with Bizarro. We basically got Man-Bat, we got Jason Blood, the Demon, we got Swamp Thing. You know what I'm saying? And then we got 2 Titanic tales of the Super Friends. The Wonder Twins on a backstory where Wonder Woman is playing like she's in the Fantastic Four, but she needs to find 3 other people, but she accidentally got Robin. I'm just making stuff up for Super Friends number 29. We got Super Friends number 30 here. Gorilla Grodd on the cover, Guerrilla Warfare. We got Super Friends number 31 with Black Orchid, Superman doing something with the Kryptonite. And then we have Super Friends number 32 versus the Scarecrow, who just got paid. Look at that bag of money. We got Super Friends number 33. I guess they're going to be facing the Menagari Man or something. And Hawkman joins the Super Friends in this issue. And then we have Animal, Vegetable, or Mineral, and why does it pose a threat to the Super Friends? Super Friends number 34. Super Friends number 35. All-Star Circus of Thrills. Super Friends number 36. Meet the Plastic Man, and this is one that I had in my collection when I was a youngster. Super Friends number 37 featuring Supergirl and Jack O'Lantern. We got Super Friends number 38 with the Trailblazing series starring the Serapath. I believe that's how you say it, Serapath. I don't know. The man who could work miracles. Basically, he's the Jewish hero. Awesome, and that's awesome. And then we have the Super Friends versus the big head dude from the Incredible Hulk. I gotta get into this. It's been a while since I read the Super Friends, but this looks like a very interesting issue. Super Friends number 39, Super Friends number 40 with Jack O'Lantern, Super Friends number 41, versus the Toy Man and these cool guys right here. I believe those are toys that he made come alive. Then we have Super Friends versus the Green Thumb and Green Fury, who is Fire from the Justice League International. And we also got a Santa Claus backstory, kicking it with the Wonder Twins. All right, the Super Friends number 42. Super Friends number 43. I talked about this issue before. There are some duplicates here. I'll talk about that in a second. We got Big Hand Ben from Incredible Hulk. Like I said, I'm a DC guy. I don't even know. I even read, Immortal Hulk, but I can't remember what dude's name is. But we got a Plastic Man backstory on that one. This looks like an extra Plastic Man story. This looks like Mr. Mxyzptlk. And then we said guest starring the International's superheroes: Bushmaster, Godiva, Rising Sun, Olympian, Little Mermaid, and Wild Huntsman. So we got Germany, Denmark, Greece, Japan, England, and Venezuela all being represented in this book, Super Friends number 45. Looks like Sinestro here too. So, okay. And finally, Super Friends number 47. We have the Green Fury in here. Soon to be Fire from the Justice League International stories. I was really interested because this set here had a bunch of these direct books. And they're kind of, first of all, the condition is really high for most of these. Most of these are 7.5 or more. Another direct. And another direct. And another direct. So that's kind of the reason why I picked, and look at, he's the guy who I bought this from, I graded them all, 8.5 direct, 9.0 direct, 9.2, well, this one's a newsstand, unfortunately, but I think that this is like the first time you could get a direct book from DC. So that's part of the reason why I got them. The other reason is that they're in a lot higher condition than most of my other Super Friends books. So if I had duplicates, I was going to replace them out. But I did do the math before I made this purchase. I looked at the issues that I did not have, and I kind of like took the total amount and divided it by the issues I did not have, and it came up with a number that I can't remember what it was, but I think it was like $7.50 per issue for the issues that I didn't have, and I was really happy with that. And this is one of the ways to get a whole run, is you kind of like absorb someone else's collection, and what I was going to say before is you can see like there's packing tape here, and some of the bags are a little bit different. So I'm thinking that these might be somebody's extras, or maybe the seller really going after high grade books. So we're on the way to getting a full run of the Super Friends, just because I really think that I need to have the Super Friends a full run in my collection. I think, this is where it all started for me. This is my origins between this and the Spidey Super Stories. This is where it kind of all started for me when I was a kid. And I really wanted to say, again, thanks to everyone who's been commenting on my videos. It really means a lot to me, especially when I see Garage Geek, and I see Miss So, and I see Magic Lasso, and I see Gore Vidal, and it really means a lot to me when you guys comment on my videos. I have some new viewers that have also commented. I appreciate that as well. And I'm going to try to do this 52 weeks this year, and me kind of going over, a haul like this. It could have been real quick. Super Friends 24, Super Friends 25, Super Friends 26, Super Friends 27. Let me know if you like the short version or the long version. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you next Saturday.